Hello, and welcome to the Disney Dunces. Using your touch-tone keypad, please enter the first 3 letters of the movie title you would like to see. You've selected Hocus Pocus 2. If this is correct, please press 1 now.
Hello and welcome to Disney Dunces, the only Disney podcast presented by self-proclaimed non-experts. I'm Dunce number 1, but you can just call me Richard.
And I'm Craig Stu, and I'm Dunce number 2.
And I'm the third one. Boys, have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it.
The first one was very special to me because it taught me the term yabos. I don't think they mentioned tits once in this movie.
You know,
and it's like, what's even the point of Halloween then?
They really kind of put them at the forefront in the beginning when they show like the head witch lady in the past. Like, they just have those yabos out there, dude.
Sure, she has breasts.
Yeah.
But they don't, like, teach you anything about them.
Do you need to be taught? The first one taught you everything you need to know.
There's always room to learn, bud. The second you stop learning, you're dead in the water.
No, the thing is, dude, this is a sequel where you're supposed to take all the knowledge with you. It's like going from first grade to second grade.
No, you're supposed to build. Yes, you build off of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You continue to learn. You don't. Oh, I learned everything about animal science in the first grade. That is a cat. You spell it C-A-T. You're not a cat expert all of a sudden, Richard. You learn more.
Although, in the first movie, we learned the word yabos.
Yeah.
In the second movie, we saw the yabos.
Do you see yabos in the first movie?
Tell and show. That's what they call it. That's what they did here. It took Disney 20 years to show us the yabos.
There was yabos in the first movie.
I don't remember them. Whose yabos did we see?
Sarah Jessica Parker's.
Hers? I thought it was Neighbor Girl. Not Neighbor Girl?
They talk about her yabos.
Oh, okay.
But you see Sarah Jessica Parker's yabos.
I feel like we didn't see hers in this one, but we saw a lot of her leg.
Yeah, correct. I assume her yabos aren't worth looking at nowadays. No
I mean,
offense.
do you want to look at any of their yabos nowadays?
Kathy Najimy.
Yeah, Kathy Najimy still packing.
If she wasn't doing that mouth thing, then maybe I'd be more okay with her. But she was trying hard.
What's the deal with that mouth thing?
I read online that she did the wrong side or something.
I'll believe that.
She did the other side because her face doesn't work the way that it used to.
Is that what she said?
That's fair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everyone was all like, oh, why is her crooked smile crooked the other way now? And she was like, when you get old, some things don't work the same way they used to, and I just can't do it on the other side anymore. I think she broke it from the first movie. That's my guess. And then when she had to do it for this movie, she's all like, now on the other side.
Could have been a cosmetic surgery thing. I don't know.
It could have very much been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you think that maybe they just didn't even notice? Do you think the chances are high that none of the directors, producers noticed that she was doing the wrong side?
Sure.
That's also
which is more likely?
Probably both.
Yeah, both are very likely. I don't know why more likely.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a thing from the first movie.
It was.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it. I think I said that's just how she looks, Richard, and you're being very rude. I think we made it a thing.
I completely forgot, I guess.
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we talked about it, and I made you feel like an asshole. Or Craig. Probably Craig.
Probably.
So that thing you did at the beginning of the episode, did you not like Hocus Pocus 2?
When I sighed, I did not like not learning a new term for tits.
but in general, Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus
thumbs up,
Pocus
thumbs down.
2 is better than I thought it was going to be, but it's by no means a good movie. You can definitely watch it, and that's fine. I'm never going to go back and watch Hocus Pocus 2 again. I can tell you that much. But the first one I'm more than willing to see.
Craig?
I'm not going to be against seeing Hocus Pocus 2. Like, if I'm in a room and Hocus Pocus 2 is on, I'm not going to leave. You know, I'm not going to curse people out for watching Hocus Pocus 2. Hell, someone could say, would you want to watch Hocus Pocus 2? I'll be like, not necessarily, but you can put it on, you know?
Craig?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't like... Yeah, I probably like the first one more. I feel like the first... This
Probably?
one... Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's weird that you
As
said
if there's
probably.
a question.
I like the first one like more, but in fairness, I don't think I'm not like they're not like even the first one's not like my favorite movie in the world. I like it, but it's like.
But is it your favorite Halloween movie in the world?
Yeah, you can say that. No Halloween movie should be your favorite movie in the world.
What is my favorite Halloween movie?
It's probably Hocus Pocus. It's definitely mine.
Like, do you want to start going through all the Halloween movies on Disney Plus, such as the Star Wars Spooktacular? Sorry, Lego Star Wars Spooktacular?
Something Wicked This Way Comes, so it's pretty good.
You don't even remember the name of the movie. Or wait.
Isn't that what it's called?
Is that the name of it?
Yeah. There's some, it was The Season of Boys.
Just the fact that we're questioning whether or not that's the name of the movie tells me it's no one's favorite.
I don't know. I guess. Yeah, probably might be my favorite Halloween movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess.
And that's fine. Halloween doesn't really
I don't
have
like horror
bangers
movies
when it comes to movies.
And I don't like horror movies, so I don't have all those to pick from. So like all the Halloweens are off the table.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you classify? How do you define a Halloween movie?
This,
because I know you showed me a chart of people's favorite determined by state. I'm like, some of this is very questionable.
Also, and you can't consider Can of Worms one.
No.
So you can't say
Well,
it just
we
takes
did.
place on Halloween. So that doesn't count. We know Can of Worms doesn't count.
What I would do if a movie takes place during Halloween,
Okay,
and
then
if
it's a
that's one of the
Halloween
selling
movie?
points, then I'd say yes, it's a
Did
Halloween
Gremlins
movie.
take place on Halloween? Because Gremlins was on that list, and I'm like, I know there's talk of Christmas in Gremlins, but I don't remember if it took place on Halloween.
Maybe the second one was Christmas. I've actually never seen
the first one mentions Christmas because there's a character whose father dies when he's pretending to be Santa and gets stuck in the chimney. Like, that's the thing in that movie. I don't know why.
Oh, so maybe maybe Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Maybe they
consider
it was on
it
the Halloween list
just because it's considered like a horror quote unquote movie. So that's probably why.
Coco is also on there, and it's like, that's not Halloween.
That's closer than
know.
Gremlins, though. Then if that's the case, because obviously Halloween was taken from Day of the Dead. It was this, so.
Craig, what's your favorite Day of the Dead movie?
It was taken from All Saints Day, Craig.
What?
Craig, what's your favorite Day of the Dead / All Saints Day movie?
Coco.
Okay.
Coco is just on the top list of movies. Coco was so good.
Yeah, Coco is so good.
If Coco is considered
man.
a Halloween movie, that's my number one Halloween movie.
I'm not going to consider it a Halloween movie.
So then no.
It doesn't take place on Halloween.
But to Americans, it does. Like, the thing
Well,
is,
actually,
you're
I guess it would
biased.
technically take place on Halloween because it starts the day before, which would be Halloween. Dia de los Muertos is November 1st. So it technically takes place. No one's celebrating Halloween, though.
I mean, does Mexico celebrate Halloween?
They could if they want. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know how these things work.
Just told you how they work.
Okay. Well, thanks for enlightening us, Craig, on that subject.
Okay.
Whether or not he liked Hocus Pocus 2. What was the subject?
I mean, he probably liked it more than the first one. Wait, no, he didn't.
No, I
He
like less than the
probably
first
liked
one.
the first one more.
But it wasn't bad. So what did you think of it then?
I put this up there with Pinocchio, I think.
Greatest movie
Like,
of all time?
Greatest movie of all time. And
I
then
really
Hocus
enjoyed it.
Pocus 2 in a close second.
It really is.
I mean, it was
Because,
I enjoyed it, but like the whole part with the fucking Billy Butcher was really just fucking shoehorned in. It felt
Did
like.
he
Right?
talk in the first one?
The entire plot of the movie was fucking shoehorned.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but like
all of it. Like this movie probably has like one of the most egregious characters just being dumb for the sake of progressing the story that I've seen in my fucking life.
What do you mean?
We'll get there when we get there. We should probably start at the beginning, though.
Guys, in the beginning, there were 3 little girls living in Salem. And for some reason, I guess that they're just creepy. Like, they're not witches yet.
No,
but
they're just weird.
Yeah.
Well, aren't they witches? Like, well, one of them is a witch. Like, without fail, you can say Winnie is a witch. Because what they have established as the mythos of witches in this film is that you're just a witch. You don't get your witch's powers, though, until you turn 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
So Winnie is definitely a witch, but are her sisters actually witches?
They're in her coven, so I guess by association, but they don't have powers of their own.
Is that who the first movie was?
Everything is so fucking ambiguous, and it's still ambiguous. It's just that's kind of what they're implying through this, because you know they have the parallels of the Sanderson sisters and the new coven that is established while this film goes on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It doesn't do a good job of anything. Again, this movie should be absolute garbage. It's crazy that it's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is so fucking flawed, but you can watch it and that's fine.
It's so weird how they decide to start this movie with giving the backstory for the witches, because it was so unnecessary to everything.
You needed it for the one thing.
Which was what?
The one thing, which was when they get the book, because what happens is they're in the town, everyone's upset with them. You get a little backstory on Billy too, and that was cute.
Oh shit! And I guess the backstory of the Reverend.
Yeah, and the Reverend. You have those, which again, they're not super duper important. But what happens is they run into the woods. They meet the witch there that with the titty witch, and she gives Winifred the book because she recognizes that she is a witch and she is a powerful one at that. And when she gives her the book, she's like, "Hey, look at this one spell. Don't use it." And she's like, "I want to use it." "No." "Why?" "Because I said so. And also the book doesn't like it."
When you describe it like that, this movie sounds not great.
It's not a great movie, but it's better than it should have been. I can't stress that enough. This isn't an awful film.
It's like the Sanderson sisters really just carried the movie.
well, I
Kinda
mean,
do. I mean, it's kind of the first one too. I'm not gonna lie.
we did have Thackeray Binks in the first one.
I love Thackeray
We
Binks.
really missed out on Thackeray in this one.
They could have found a way to shoehorn Thackeray in there. Let's let the boy rest. We dug up everyone else's fucking grave. Let Thackeray rest.
Like when they added a new cat to this movie, and I was so sure that it was going to talk. But,
Oh, Cobweb.
I mean, they even call him Thackeray in the movie.
They
well,
thought
yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
because
I
he
mean,
was another
they-
black cat, and so they referenced it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're racists, is what it comes down to. Of the time, I get it. It's a different time. You can't really blame them.
Man, what a movie. Because like, they introduce these like new children, and I could have sworn that one was from A Wrinkle in Time, but maybe I just see all little girls as the same person. But I don't know.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
Did she look like the Wrinkle in Time girl?
I think you're pulling a Thackeray Binks here, bud.
Okay, sorry. Let me backtrack a little bit.
All little blacks look the same.
But okay, so you have the new like little children characters that are going to be the protagonists of the story.
Yeah.
In which the main character girl, who you learn pretty early on, there's something going on with her that she's probably has magic powers.
Well, she's a modern take on witches. She has the stones.
Oh, a crystal girl.
Yeah, crystal girls.
I think that's the term for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a friend who just kind of goes along with it. But there was a third girl who used to be friends, but then started hanging out with the football team. And
she started dating one of the jocks.
Yeah, so she leaves the coven.
Although that I will say this for everything, all the crap I'm going to give this movie, because I'm going to give this movie crap. I have to give this movie crap. It deserves a lot of crap. I like the way they handled the jock character.
Oh,
He's so typical throughout the whole stupid movie. He's the typical, I'm a cool guy. We're going to have a party. It's going to be great. Look at this girl. She's a witch. What are you doing? That's weird and freaky. Just to a freaking T. And I'm like, this is... Okay.
I'm
this
not
is that,
making
this is
fun
what
of
the
you.
character
I really
is.
liked when he made fun of the. He's like, what do you say? The one.
Craig, he's
kid,
not making fun.
well, no, the one kid in the back who was dressed like a vampire. He said like even what's his face is going right, and then he says what the fuck his name was. He's right, and he's like the kid looks up. He's like, what the hell?
It's good. It's really good.
But he was excited that he was coming. He wasn't. He wasn't making fun of that kid. He was like, even that kid's going.
And
He's not making
that sets
fun
the
of
ground.
anyone.
That sets the ground for this character.
Yeah.
Is that he's an asshole, but as soon as someone points it out, they're like, "I'm not making fun of you. You called me a witch, and you make fun of all these things to do. And you call me a weirdo. Yeah, that's because you have those rocks, and it's weird, and you're a weirdo. That's what making fun of people is." Oh my god. Oh my god, I have to apologize to so many people. It's really good.
So because it's like
man.
they made him have to be like not a bully, but he very much like because he just didn't know.
He was an asshole because he thought he didn't know. It was like the absolute pureness of ignorance.
I feel like I have to look at other movies the same way I now look at this guy.
What if he just doesn't know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's something that I bring up from time and time again.
Nope.
Okay.
That's a hard pass. Not bringing that up here. This is a fun time. With
Okay.
a movie that you can have fun with if you choose to.
So, I guess that they have some kind of weird birthday tradition in which they blow out a candle in the woods for the main character girl.
I think they just go to the woods in general. The Forbidden Woods, which I guess it's still called.
And they just hang out there?
They just hang out there every year on her birthday.
I don't think they usually hang out.
This year they happened.
Do they usually hang out in the woods? I thought they said.
I thought they normally hung out in the woods.
This was the first time that they're hanging out in the woods.
No, they've definitely been doing stuff like this before.
I don't think they were going hanging out in the woods
as,
when they were 5, because they've been doing this since they were 5.
Yeah, I think they were. Like, they make a point of referring to that spot as their spot. Like, and there's a reason for it, the connection to that spot, because it's a sacred place for witches.
All right.
Like, why can't they go there when they're 5, Craig?
Because they're 5. And we don't go into the woods by yourself.
Okay,
when you're
so
5.
what you're coming with is just speculation.
No, I thought they said this was kind of like this was special today this time, for whatever reason. But they've been they just kind of hanging out in her basement or whatever. But I guess there was
because it is weird. They mention how that's a secret spot at one point, and they go, "We hang out at a secret place." It's like it'd be weird if that was the first time they went there. I'm not saying they didn't say what you said because they could have, and then forgot about what they were saying and just decided that's just where they hang out now.
Craig, what were you doing when you were watching this movie?
I was watching the movie. This one I wanted to watch, so I just watched it.
And you weren't playing anything at the time?
Did you see me online at all today?
I was at work.
Check my thing right now. You can see when the last time I was online. That's the only game I fucking play.
I don't know. I still feel like he could have been on his phone doing something.
It's not.
Why? What does it matter? I'm so confused. Why are you
Also,
trying to get him with
yeah,
this
why are
when
you-
you were probably playing something when you were watching this? I don't understand.
I just want him to admit that it's probably something he missed.
Maybe it was something I missed, but I didn't.
Well, no, the
but
thing
I was
well, that's,
watching it.
he's not even saying he missed something. He's saying he saw something that we didn't see.
Oh shit! Did you,
Yeah.
Craig? What'd you see?
I thought they
We're
said that.
trying to establish
I
that.
thought they said they just hang out. Maybe.
that one time. They did this one time because it's special.
Yeah. Maybe not though. I don't know. It's
But
not-
yeah, but there would.
not
I'm
that
just trying to
boring.
figure out. Like, there would be no reason for it to be special. It's not like they're trying to be witches or they know about that place's history at all. They just like going into the woods and hanging out in a circle.
I feel like they would know the history though. Like,
Does anyone know the history? Like the Forbidden Woods. It's not like the Sanderson sisters just lived there. That just happened where they got the book.
wait, but didn't they? Where the magic shop is, isn't that the old house of
The
them?
magic shop is the old house, which is in the middle of town.
Okay,
It's not in the Forbidden Woods. They do not live in the woods.
okay, yeah, understand. I don't know. Like they know the town knows so much about the Sanderson sisters that I
Yeah.
feel like they'd know about the woods, or at least like what's even important about the woods.
That's my point. All they did is they say it's a secret witch spot. And again, they didn't know it was a secret witch spot. They learned about that later.
Ah, okay.
So really, the woods have no significance until they say the woods have significance.
Why were we talking about the woods?
Because Craig made a big stink about whether or not they were there before for every
Oh.
season. Because he can't see children going into the woods.
Craig, what are you looking at?
Nothing.
He is looking at things.
Yeah, Craig.
He probably found those boobies you were showing before.
I mean, Craig says that I can't use the background that I want to use because it would be distracting, and he's not even looking at me. We put on our webcams just so he'll pay more
Just
attention
for-
to
yeah,
podcasts.
That's the whole point of this. And now he's just like on his second monitor going, oh, that's
it's
a
like
yabo.
it's like once the
Those
novelty wore off, he just he just goes to.
We have
doing
to
his
like
other
come in
thing.
with like hats and stuff. We keep it interesting for him.
I mean, I can start just like moving some stuff around.
I'll bring out some here.
Oh shit! Is that an Elsa? He's showing us an Elsa
That's an Elsa
from
tip to
Disney
toe.
Infinity.
There's Elsa's ass.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Very defined Elsa ass.
I have an mitten box gold Phineas.
Phineas.
Oh, I don't have anything neat. Oh, I have a sealed 50th Walt Disney World anniversary box that was $500. And we'll see what happens with that.
Is that the ears? What is that?
It has ears, it has a bunch of other stuff like a license plate, like this special like fast pass wristband. I don't know.
Okay, forget I asked. It's very, very interesting stuff, turns out.
I think it plays music though.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
do know those fast pass wristbands
better.
become like pretty much obsolete the next time they adjust. In fact, I think they are
Well,
obsolete.
the point.
Don't they
the
even
point,
use the wristbands
the-
anymore?
The point is to resell it, Craig.
I understand that.
It's an investment.
No one's gonna care whether or not they actually work. They just want to own them.
Do they?
Yeah, well, that's what he's banking on. I personally
it's kind
think.
of like the ears. Like people have tons and tons of ears. Like maybe they want like these fast pass wristbands too. Because like, can you
your
not?
best bet is that it has ears in there, and people are probably gonna want those, assuming
Yeah.
they didn't have them, which would be weird that they wouldn't already.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason you wouldn't buy them immediately is to bank on them dropping in value. And if you're willing to let them drop in value, I don't think you're going to pay even more once they rise in value.
Yeah, I don't know.
So all I'm saying is best of luck, bud.
I originally bought this because I thought that it might sell out quickly because I think it was limited to like 500 or 1,000 boxes. But
Okay.
it stayed up for pre-order for probably about half a year.
Yeah.
That should
So-
have been the first thing that like
You can't cancel your pre-orders. Believe me, I tried.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
why I
Well-
have
You have a neat set of ears, I guess, that many, like only 500 other people, 499 other people can say they have. So,
I think that the box is now $600 on eBay.
how much
so-
was it? What did you buy it for?
500.
I'd get rid of that
okay.
shit now.
Yeah, I would.
Craig.
Doesn't matter.
50th anniversary. Just you wait.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Another 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
We were talking about the movie, and I was going to say that they have this magic shop in town, which took over the old Sanderson sister place, which I kind of like that idea. Like, I guess kind of sticking true to form, or at least like selling shit that's related to whatever historical site you're on.
Yeah. I mean, he lives in Salem. You're going to
like
cash in on that.
It's kind of like if you were to take like George Washington's house and you just started selling like American flags out of there. It's like, that's the kind of stuff I want to see, you know?
Well, I mean, I guess I know. I was going to say the Day Mansion's pretty close to here, but I don't think they sell like flags and shit.
What do they sell?
Nothing. It's just like a tour.
Do they not have a gift shop?
I don't think so. We went there one time in the middle of the summer, and the woman was like, "Yeah, I apologize, but it's way too hot to give a tour because there's obviously no air conditioning." Because
it's fair.
You know, to give a little background for those who don't know what the Day Mansion is, I believe George Washington stayed there sometime during the Revolution. And
there was
why would you want to look at that?
What?
Why would you want to look at that?
I don't know. People go there. I went there, and we went there during that time period, and we were like, "Are there ghosts and shit?" And the woman was like,
"Wait, that time period?"
Yes, we went there during that time period, and there.
I don't know what he meant either. So you went back you go back in time on the tour.
I meant we went there during the summer. Washington? We went there during the summer, and it was so hot. And we said to the woman,
that time period, okay, that period of time where it's very hot.
So we asked the woman, "Are there any ghosts? Have you ever seen any ghosts?" And she said she had like heard stuff.
Wait, do you mean you went in October? No, you said it was in the summer. I don't know what you're talking about. Ghosts in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I'm still just like that time period.
It was just one, so we couldn't get a tour, but she said you guys could walk around, so we walked around.
Oh, that's cool. Unsupervised?
Yeah. It was really hot in there, though, so we didn't stay very long.
That's fair.
What did she hear, though?
I don't remember. She said she heard some stuff.
Like, I don't know. People
so wait,
walking?
Are you saying ghosts are also interested in seeing where George Washington stayed for a little bit?
It was like during the war, you know? There might have been some dead people. I don't fucking know.
It's an old-ass house.
It was an old-ass house. It's got to be ghosts.
Have you ever thought about what happens during war?
Me?
Like, do people just meet up in like an arranged battlefield or something and just like shoot each other, or do
At
they
a time,
just?
Yeah, that's exactly how it worked.
Why?
To figure out who wins. What are you talking about?
Like, I would think that you'd want to do some guerrilla warfare type of stuff.
Well,
instead.
yes, eventually it leads to guerrilla warfare. You sound like you know exactly what happened with war. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I didn't get the tour of the Day Mansion. Or maybe I wouldn't have these questions.
What questions? You knew exactly what happened. You literally said the thing.
The thing is, I feel like I did go with Craig.
You might have been there. I don't remember who was there, to be honest.
And that's why I said I didn't get the tour. I came, Craig. You didn't even get the tour. Why are you telling me I should have come?
We got our own tour.
Craig.
Not really a tour. I guess
I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm going to go back and talk about the movies. You guys can come along with or whatever you want to do at this point. I don't really give a damn.
So let's talk about...
Okay, so we have the magic shop. This is where the girls frequent. They were best friends with the proprietor. Miscellaneous black man whose name escaped me.
I don't know that.
Despite being the literal catalyst for the film.
Was it Jeff?
It could be Jeff.
Gilbert. It was Gilbert.
It could be Gilbert.
It was definitely Gilbert.
Ran by Gilbert.
Sam
and he's all like
Richardson, I think is his name or something.
Sure, Gilbert. Gilbert's there, and he's regaling the audience with the tale of the Sanderson sisters, their beginnings and their second comings, because he brings out the candle of the black flame and shows that it's been lit, and it was lit 29 years ago, 24 years ago. Who cares? A time ago. And he's all like, so they came back, and then they died because they couldn't eat children. Anyway, I'm selling these black candles. Have fun, everyone. Have a good Halloween. And then he walks up to the main character and he goes, "Hey, for your 16th birthday, that is the birthday where the witches get their witch powers. I got you a special gift." And it's just one of the candles he's selling. Along with what do they give her? Some kind of herb,
Angelica.
You can Angelica pickles that you can burn. It'll repel curses. But that's not gonna come in handy at any point.
Definitely.
I don't think it did.
It did. What are you
Definitely
talking about? Did you watch the movie? What were you doing when you're watching the movie?
He was playing World of Warcraft. Why are you asking? You know what he was doing.
I don't know what I was doing. I forget. I was watching the movie.
That doesn't sound like you.
No. Because, like, you know, they get the candle from the guy and they're all like, "Oh, thank you." And they leave and they go into the woods to light the candle. But the candle lights and boom, black flame. They try to put it out,
Whoa.
doesn't want to go out.
Whoa.
Even after pouring water on it, just comes back. And that's when they realize they're going to start a forest fire. But there are no forest fires in here because the real fire, it was in their hearts all along, in which they summoned the power to summon the Sanderson sisters.
No, that's not. Well, they did light the flame, and that's some of the Sanderson sisters. They didn't want that. See, you're gonna get people confused because they don't want the Sanderson sisters to come back. They were very much against it.
Oh, but Gilbert, he did.
Because they're sensible. Yeah. Because it turns out that Gilbert set him up.
Because he couldn't light the candle himself. It had to be done by a virgin.
which was funny because it's, again, the whole thing is a virgin has to light the candle for it to count, and he's talking to teenage girls, 16 at most, and he's all like, "Well, I couldn't light the candle because it wouldn't work for me." He says with like, he's very proud of himself, and again, he's talking to teenage girls, and I'm like,
And they just go, "Ew."
"Gilbert, you gotta come down, bud. That's not that ain't great, bud. That is not a good look, bud. I'm sorry, but there's a time and a place, and this ain't it." Oh my god, that made me like a little uncomfortable. Like, I know you're doing it for a joke, Disney. I love that you're doing it, but nah, don't do this. This ain't it, bud. This sucks. This sucks so much. Anyway,
me as the audience, I also wanted to know why he didn't want to light it. So I'm glad he told someone.
I feel like you can put the pieces together, but also this brings me to my other point, because this is part where it's like the movie's already fallen apart for me, but this is when it really falls apart, because they introduced Gilbert and they said he tells his motivation for why he's doing this. No one asking him, of course. He just decides, I have to spill the beans or else people are going to question it. And he's all like, "Yeah, I was there that night. The Sanderson sisters came back to life and I followed them to the graveyard where they died." And I'm all like, so? Why would that possess you to bring them back to life? You saw them fly away on a fucking vacuum for a second, and you said, "These sisters were misunderstood. They were trying to eat children." What are you talking about misunderstood, Gilbert? What is your motivation here? And it also, he does all this. He makes this candle because apparently he made this candle when he was like 5, because this is 24 years later. And he said, I met Book when the sisters first vanished, and he showed me how to make the candle. And he made the candle. He held on to the candle. He knew one day he was going to bring the Sanderson sisters back. He talks about his level of witchcraft because he was a high-ranking witch at that point. But apparently didn't care enough to not get his dick wet. Gilbert just had to get his dick wet. What is going on in this movie?
I mean, maybe he just knew, like, he'll be able to fool someone.
I'll get some little 16-year-old girl to do it. Gilbert's got to get his. This movie is so fucking weird. It makes no fucking sense.
It is really weird, the fact that they decided, like, we got to shoot this scene in order to make sure we have a little Gilbert just to see in the sister.
It's rough. It's such a dumb scene.
Oh, man.
Speaking of dumb scenes, remember when they went to Walgreens? That was fun.
Remember how they
Yeah.
fucking name dropped Walgreens like 100 times in this fucking movie?
I remember watching the commercials for Walgreens. That was literally just this scene of the movie.
I thought those were shot like specifically for, because they do that sometimes. There'll be a little cross promotion.
Yeah, of course.
And like,
And it made a great Walgreens commercial. Not a great scene in a movie, I would say, though.
This was a Walgreens commercial? What happened?
This entire
it was
scene
literally
was a
just the
Walgreens
scene.
commercial.
It was you see them walking into Walgreens and then them coming out of Walgreens, and she's coming out of Walgreens on the Roombas.
The Roombas.
Can we just say that the Roombas are probably one of the best things about this movie?
I enjoyed
I thought
the
it would be
Roombas.
funnier if it wasn't in the commercial, but it was in all the commercials.
Yeah, it was in the
It was
commercial.
not only the commercial for the movie, but the commercial for Walgreens.
Say, we call it a commercial. It's just they literally, I don't know. What do you want to call this? Did they take a scene from the movie and made it a commercial? Or they literally shoot a commercial and just said fucking throw it into the movie?
They really,
It's not great.
They really made sure to show the Walgreens fucking sign too when they're walking in there. Like,
Of course, they were shooting a commercial, Craig. Be weird if they didn't.
it's like that. It's literally that shot. Like it's just in any commercial where you just see like all the people walking into the store, and that's the shot. It's literally it.
I just exactly why I saw it as a commercial
It was.
and didn't question it, and then it showed up in the movie, and I was like, "Well, hold the fucking phone here. What's going on?"
Does Walgreens actually sell Roombas?
They might. I don't know. I don't really
They-
shop. I don't go. I mean,
can
look, I go to Walgreens plenty because there's all the the action figures. They they get figures,
Yeah.
but I don't shop.
I think it's plausible. I think what's less plausible is Walgreens being out of brooms and Swiffers and only having Roombas available.
Especially two Roombas.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
two Roombas.
Imagine having two in stock.
just-
Like only one Swiffer. What is going on, Walgreens?
Maybe because nobody knew that they carry Roombas. They
just had them in
that's
the
why they
back.
made this thing happen because they're like, we got to sell more Roombas.
Hocus Pocus 2 was their big chance. God.
Man.
But yeah, again, not the worst movie you could watch.
Okay. So, in the first movie, they're all like the plot of the first movie is that they need to eat a kid in order to stay young forever. Right?
Yeah. Well, to stay alive, to live through the night.
And now
But they
in
do
this
eat
movie-
children to stay young, correct. That is how it first happened. Because again, remember the guy who's saying they were misunderstood and they deserved the chance at life? The whole reason they were executed was for eating a child. And then cursing another one out to be a cat for all eternity because he can't die. Can you imagine that hell is failing to save your sister's life and then living as a cat?
They also
I-
what did they do to Billy Butcherson? What did she do to him before he died?
She poisoned him and then sewed his mouth
lips
shut.
they did a
that's
lot of shit before they got him.
Yeah.
It sounds
They were
like-
troublemakers.
They were
Yeah, well, yeah,
they
they
burned
were-
down a house when they were kids, but they still let them run around.
Yeah, well, they were like, maybe these Sanderson sisters aren't that bad. Even with the murder of Billy and all that, let's give them a chance. Because that's all this movie is giving the Sanderson sisters a chance. Until they eat a child. That's it. That's when you cross the line. And you know what? That's fair. Unless, of course, you're Gilbert. Gilbert doesn't give a fuck.
So, in the first movie, though, did they need to eat the child before sunrise?
Yes, that's how they're going to stay alive.
But they didn't care about that as much in this movie, did they?
They started off with that, and then they said, forget that. This is stupid. I'm tired of running around. I'm tired of potions. Let's just use the stupid spell we were told not to use.
Was that going to allow them
That
to...
was going to turn them into the most powerful witches in existence.
And then they wouldn't have to worry about eating children?
They wouldn't have to worry about surviving the night, I believe the idea.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they would be the epitome of magic beings.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
that's what it was.
so then the movie then turns into them just trying to find all of the ingredients for this spell.
No, the movie turns into them telling Gilbert to find the ingredients of this spell. We're just going to go look for the mayor.
No, because one of the things was blood of your enemy.
Yeah, sure. I understand that. So they were
Mayor
looking
is
for
the
the
enemy.
ingredients. They just wanted one.
Okay, so
It was
Sanderson
Gilbert's job
sisters
to get the
one-
rest.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it just so happens the mayor is the friend's father that they were friends with, but is too busy dating a jock and throwing parties.
He's Forky. The mayor is Forky.
The mayor is Forky, or Buster from Arrested Development. And
What's his name?
He's as spectacular as always. His name is Buster.
No, his real name.
I don't remember
Tony
for
Hale.
some reason. Tony Hale, thank you. That was it.
I knew it started with a T and ended with a Y.
I knew it, but I was just like, I don't know it.
I feel like they really wanted to get him in this movie. Like, it's weird that they also...
What?
Like, they just...
Everyone should want him.
Well,
He's
yeah.
great.
Also, yeah, everyone should want that guy. But
Yeah.
like, I think, Disney does have. We've already discussed this. How Disney has this thing with a lot of the actors that they
own them.
own them. Yeah, and they're just like, well, I'm sure they call them up and say, hey, you want to do this movie? And it's like, and they're like, yeah, sure, it's fucking Disney, and they're probably pretty good to work with.
I didn't know they owned this guy, though.
He was
Well,
Forky.
I think, I was going to say,
Yeah, but, like-
they call you up, they'll put you in one of their big titles, and then they'll sneak in something right at the end.
Yeah, well, I knew
Like,
he
you get
was...
to be the Forky of Toy Story 4. And we're going to need like 12 shorts from you. And down the line, we're going to probably do an original series movie for us. That's fine. You just sign it. It's fine.
Oh,
It's fine.
I
It's fine.
forgot
you get
about
to be
the
Forky of
shorts.
Toy Story 4. Come on.
and it's like, or
Okay,
like Owen
yeah.
Wilson, who was, he was.
you get to be the titular car.
Wait,
and
what
then they're
did
like, but
Owen
we're
Wilson
going to
have to
make
be
you
in
be,
later?
and then, but see, there was a large gap between Owen Wilson being a car and then Owen Wilson, let's say, being Mobius from the other thing. But they're like, we need you to do that car thing again real
strip?
quick.
What's-
Well, no, you see, they got him to be the car, and he signed on to be the car. He signed on to be the car again. He signed on to be the car again. He signed on to be the car in a number of shorts. This wasn't the first time they did car shorts, and that contract probably ran out, and they were like, "Fuck." Oh, we need more money. We need more cars. Hold on. We got Marvel. Owen, baby. We got the perfect role for ya. And granted, he did a really good job in that show.
What show?
Loki.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the one
yes,
where
like
Owen
the
Wilson
Mobi-
tried.
His name was Mobius, yeah, like the strip is what you were saying.
Like the strip.
Okay. I don't know. I guess, like, the thing is, in order for me to realize that Disney has their hooks in something, I need to see a person in something twice, like a different type of property. And
all the
this is
fucking
first-
time. What are you talking about? This? What?
I didn't know about Tony Hale, though. That's why I had to see the second movie, which
Did you not watch all the Forky shorts?
Well, the same character, I don't associate it as being a completely different.
Did you not just watch Pinocchio?
Tony Hale wasn't in that.
No, but Tom Hanks has been...
Yeah, we knew that Disney had their hooks in
They
it.
have their
Yeah,
hooks in Hank too.
They have their hooks in Hanks, and they have their hooks in Hanks's brother.
What about Buzz
They got that
Lightyear?
whole
Tim
family
Allen?
in there.
The Santa Claus is coming back, bud. What do you think?
Oh shit, you're right. Santa Claus is coming
The
back.
Santa Claus is coming back. Santa Claus is coming to town, and
Is that this
I'm gonna
year?
have to watch it.
Do not doubt the mouse. His hooks
Okay.
are deep.
Yeah, they are. They. I don't know, man. It's yeah. No,
Oh,
I'm sure Tim Allen was thrilled to be called back to do the Santa Claus. He
Yeah,
was apparently upset not being the voice of Buzz Lightyear in that movie that, let's face it, he should be glad he wasn't a part of, especially since it had women kissing.
Do you think he's into that?
I think he's against it, if I would given my knowledge of Tim Allen.
Like, I feel like there's some people that would be okay with it, even if they're like, hardcore Republicans.
Yeah, I don't think Tim Allen's one of them. I've seen some episodes of, what is that called? Last Man Standing, I think
Yeah.
it was called. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, you know what? I think if Tim Allen was here, that scene maybe would have happened.
Wait, what scene?
I mean, that show was like wait. Oh no, it wasn't on Fox initially, and then it got picked up by Fox.
They poked by Fox, yeah. That half a second where those two older women kissed on the lips, like literally fraction of a second.
I thought you meant
lit the world on fire.
I thought you meant
He wouldn't have wanted to be in this movie
Man.
either, because there was a fraction of a second where you saw two men in their
part
building, in their house.
Bothered me. Because it's not that it's two men. It's two men watching the original Hocus Pocus. And I said,
Were they?
That's, yes.
Yes. It was the devil
that's
guy.
weird. Yes. But this is the part that really bothered me is that immediately after, you see people sitting on a bench dressed as characters from the original Hocus Pocus. One was dressed as a devil and the other one was a woman with curlers in her hair. And I'm like, did they literally show that scene so people would get this reference? They
Oh
showed
my
immediately
God.
after?
Wait, was that the
What
scene where Tony
fuck
Hale
even is this?
said something to them?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Why? I didn't get that. I was so confused. I must have
Wait,
missed.
what'd he
this.
say?
I don't know what he said.
He
I was too
stopped-
distracted by the
He wanted Tony Hale wanted his
candied
apple, and he's in the line or whatever. He's looking at the line. He walks past these people and then walks back, and then looks at him and says, "Really?" or something to that degree. And then you see them, and I didn't get it. I rewinded it, and I was like, "What?"
You didn't get it?
I was
They showed
confused.
you what it was.
I missed that part though.
All right, never mind. I take it all back. They had to do that, and even when they do it, people still miss
What
the
was
reference.
what was the reference?
Okay, there's a scene in Hocus Pocus, the original recipe, where they meet a guy dressed as the devil, and they're going to party with Satan because Satan's their husband, and they're going to have a great time, and Satan's loving it because he's going to bang 3 senoritas, but also he's married, so he goes home and he brings the 3 of them, and then he has his, the stereotypical angry, chain-smoking, curlers in the hair wife who's having none of it.
Okay.
And that's
Yes, I
the
remember that
scene that
scene.
you see the people watching, the boys that are cuddling on the couch. And then immediately after that scene, you have where Tony's talking to the people on the bench who are just dressed as those characters. And I'm like, what is going on? Why are you doing this?
Okay, I got it because I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's probably why I didn't realize it was Hocus Pocus, because I didn't realize that scene was,
That's one of the best scenes in the movie. 'Cause you're this close to having a 4-way.
Man, what a
Yeah.
great movie.
Hocus Pocus, I agree.
2.
Hocus Pocus 2, I'm going to fight you on that. And you can watch it and it's way better than it had, what I thought it was going to be. But at the end of the day, there's still a 5-minute Walgreens commercial in there.
Is that where we're at? By the way, are we at the Walgreens scene? Is that as far as we got?
We're past the Walgreens because the rest of this movie is I don't know. Right? Am I crazy? Not a lot happens here. You just kind of follow the girls as they run around the town.
Oh, they have the dance number, the song.
Yeah.
And it's they're trying to find Tony Hale, and he's just doing weird stuff with his candy apple.
He's going to get a candy apple, and then the girls call him up saying, "Hey, your daughter's having a party." So he's like, "I guess I gotta leave this party and go bust up a party." And he leaves this party to go bust up a party. And then he goes back to the carnival, and they're like, beans, we didn't get them. But luckily, the Sanderson sisters are here now because they bewitched the town and followed them. And how are we going to handle them? I know. Let's trap them in a circle of salt.
I feel like they bewitched the town for 2 minutes, and that was it.
Yeah. It's a small town.
Did we mention how, what's-his-face, Gilbert was now cursed and had to find...
Yeah, well, we did say he was finding the ingredients.
Was he actually cursed? I thought he just wanted to.
I think if he didn't find them, they would have killed him.
Yeah. But he was actually put under a curse?
Yeah, the hourglass, the Santa Sister hourglass, when that ran out, he would be dead.
Oh.
If he failed to gather the remaining ingredients. One of the ingredients was the head of a lover, so was their excuse to bring Billy back. Although I think it was cute that he went to dig up Billy and then he stabs him and Billy just hops up and goes, "What the hell's going on?" You're like, "Why are you alive?" He's like, "I don't know. People, they never put me back to sleep. Just sitting here for
because
30
that's literally
years.
what happened in the first one. I remember he just kind of goes back and he says goodbye.
He just, "See you guys," and he just lays back down. He's just like, "Oh fuck."
Did he talk in the first movie?
At the end, he cuts the ropes off of his mouth and he calls Winifred a bitch.
Oh.
What's funny
didn't
is
remember him talking.
This was the same actor,
Yeah,
I'll believe that.
noticed that.
Doug Jones, who he does a lot of weird characters.
Was he the Pan's Labyrinth Eye Man?
He is the Pan's
He
Labyrinth
puts them
Eye Man,
up in the air.
Yes.
That's fun.
He does a lot of like those types of characters, usually in a lot of makeup or like weird proportions and stuff. Because he's a tall guy. He's a lanky dude, so does a lot
to
of
work
stuff.
with
He
there.
was
That makes
Abe
sense.
Sapien in Hellboy.
I love Hellboy.
And he was he like the weird sea monster in that, like, was it Guillermo? There,
Yes,
I can't even.
yes, Guillermo
say
del
his
Toro,
name.
Guillermo del Toro.
which is also he also did the Hellboy movies. So
Yep.
Oh.
yeah, he's the Shape of Water.
He's gonna do Pinocchio. We get to cover that on the podcast.
That looks
Maybe.
good. It looks
I know
really
it does.
good.
And we're not gonna cover it on the podcast. We're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Like, I think that this could end up being my favorite Pinocchio movie. But
It's weird that it's only could. I guess that original one is really nice, and I understand.
no, the other one, the good one.
Oh man,
Oh,
I don't know. You give me a stop motion things, I'm gonna give it some leeway. I'm gonna get excited for it.
man. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I guess it's going back to what you were saying. Like, we're now at the part of the movie where it becomes less about like goofs and gaffs and more about just like
Trying to tell a story.
Yeah, and just
Trying to
moving
move
the plot
the
along.
movie along. Yeah.
We're like-
but in their defense, they had like an hour plus of goofs and gags.
But no, what sucked though was the fact that the Sanderson sisters didn't appear until 30 minutes into the movie.
It's
Like,
a little rough.
yeah, the first
They-
30 minutes were
They want you
bad.
to like these girls, and it's like,
I
okay,
mean, the first movie they didn't appear immediately either. So right.
yeah, but they weren't established, likable people. Yeah, you
Because-
could have gotten away with it.
Yeah, like in this movie, you're watching it for the Sanderson sisters. You're not watching it
Yeah.
for anyone else. Like,
No,
you're just
that would be
waiting for
insane.
these. And like,
The witches.
That's what
the
I hate
witches,
about-
the witches.
That was fun. The
Witch
first
is
musical
back.
number,
Yeah, they-
the witch is back.
I love
It's
how they
good.
come out and they're literally just singing, and then the two girls are in the like behind the tree, like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they fucking? Who are they singing to?
It's good. It's good. It's those parts of the movie that make me sit there and say, I can't call this literal trash because shit like that happens and it's very good. It's just there's a Walgreens commercial in the fucking movie. Come on.
man.
But no, this part fucking blew my mind. Like I gave up. When they captured the Sanderson sisters in Salt, and then Tony Hale comes back home and he's all like, I didn't get my candy apple and I'm very sad and you're in trouble, little missy. And why are the Sanderson sisters in my garage? You know what? I don't care. Good night.
This was my favorite part of the movie because, like, when he comes home, you can just, you assume, like, oh no, it's Tony Hale. He's going to, like, remove the salt. But he's not the one to remove the salt.
He doesn't care. He just leaves.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is the part where, like, it boggles my mind. Like, okay, so they were going to protect him because they were trying to get his blood. But he's now just in the house where they're also trapped. Should we do anything? Yeah, let's go back home and watch movies, I guess, and leave the garage doorway wide open and leave her father there alone. What's the worst that could happen?
And the fucking Roomba.
Yeah, the Roombas just show up and they vacuum the salt up because they couldn't even close the garage door. What do you do? Like, I'm sorry, but what the fuck? This is like the biggest stupid. Like, again, characters do stupid things to move the plot along. I get that, but there's a fucking limit. All right? Come on. What the fuck was that? Give them a reason they got distracted, not, I guess we finished the day. See you later, Sanderson sisters. Blows my fucking mind. I don't get it. I can't get it.
But
I'd rather they shot another Walgreens commercial.
you don't mean that.
I do. Can you imagine? Hey guys, oh look, they're opening a Walgreens next door. Let's check it out. All right, there's a reason that or some kid comes by and goes, hey, did you hear they're having a gluing at a business sale? Let's go. No, they just decided, oh, we're done here. Just leave them unguarded.
And that's basically the end of the movie, or where we start rushing towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, this is where we go full force.
Yeah,
the Sanderson sisters escape. They get, you know what? We don't need Tony Hale. This little girl, the stakes are higher if we just steal her, take her to the woods, and cut her open.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a nice reunion at the woods. We have like the 3 girls, the 3 witches, Gilbert and Barry. What's Billy? Bobby? Billy. Okay. But yeah, get everyone together for the big climax of the movie. Which is fine.
I can't really pinpoint the climax of the movie. Be honest with you. For me, it was when they started dancing and bewitching the people.
Wait. I'm actually thinking about this now.
Yeah.
And which, like, I don't know. I think this is the climax from a story perspective.
Sure, I think it's supposed to be, but ideally the climax is like the highest point of stakes and everything. And this is just like, all right, we got all the ingredients in the woods, and now we have to say this spell 7 times in a row without messing it up. Which they established previously, so you know immediately what's going to happen is they're going to mess it up. So I guess we're going to sit here and listen to them say the spell 4 times first before they mess it up.
Did they mess it up?
Yes, they did.
They messed it up a couple times, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, okay. And so what happens here is that they mess up the spell, which gives them time for the girls to show up and going, hey, you stop you stop that spell right now. Because you're not going to do it. And they go, well, we're going to hit you with lasers then. And then they hit her with lasers. And then they chase after the other girls. And then the other girl who got lasered shows up and goes, hey, stop lasering my friend. Because the 3 of us have the power to put up a shield and stop your lasers. And they do it. And then the Sanderson sisters are like, you may have your laser shields, but we're going to do the spell anyway, so goodbye.
Oh, yeah, because they have, like, the book, and they're all like, yo, book, you're not going to help them. You don't have to. And then, like, the Sanderson sisters don't have the book, but yeah, they're doing it anyway.
We'll do it without the book.
They read it a few times. They memorized it. They're good to go. They studied.
So they go do the spell, which again, they have to say it 7 times in a row, and it's a very long spell. And at the time, the girls are just sitting in the woods going, we have a way to stop them. But let's sit here for like, I guess 30 minutes to let them do the spell anyway. They're not that far away from them.
And you know,
they just let them do the spell.
You could easily distract them with their words too. You know, they make that very clear.
Yeah, you don't have to try. So they just hang around in the woods waiting for them to say the spell. And they say the spell and she's all like, Winifred, don't. And she did it. And she's all like, I'm the most powerful wizard now. And the girl's all like, big mistake, mister. And then she shows him the book and says, if the price of the spell is what you love the most. And then her sisters die. And she's all like, oh, jeez, this sucks. What am I going to do? You're a witch now. You bring them back. And she's all like, I have a reunion. And she hits him with fucking a Avada Kedavra and she dies too. And that's the fucking movie.
Well, it was at least a little sweet where like she says the spell and then Winifred's just like
she realizes
it didn't work.
Yeah, she realizes that she cared more about her sisters than her magic, and it was kind of sweet.
No, it's sweet, but
it's like the Sanderson sisters were the good guys all along because they got the happy ending.
They did eat a person.
Yeah, that's how they got in this mess. Is this killing and eating a child. The Thackeray Binks' sister. That's like the whole the catalyst. Though, they did cut to that, so actually yes,
they did show
movie.
it. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do understand why they gave the Sanderson sisters their happy ending because they're very good characters and very likable. And if you're gonna dig them up, you might as well give them a happy ending. And I have a problem with it. I teared up a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is actually really sweet. But at the end of the day, pretty fucking stupid. A lot of it is just really dumb.
Are you excited for the next one?
No.
Because you did see the post-credit scene, right?
Of course not. I turned these off immediately.
There's another candle.
There was a post-credit scene where they show, it said BFC, Black Flame Candle, right? It said BFC number 2.
Yeah,
It did not. Did it really?
It did.
They should have just said, the Sanderson sisters will return. And
It said BFC number 2, and then it had the cat was hanging out.
wait, number 2.
I
The
guess.
third one.
I guess,
Wouldn't it?
yeah, but it did say 2.
Yeah. Like, why would you put it in the post-credit scene?
What if it was a flashback?
It could actually be because it's the second one that the dude made, Gilbert.
Is Gilbert's second candle?
Second candle.
Yeah.
Gilbert, he could make 2 black flame candles, but he couldn't just stay out of someone's pants. Really, Gilbert? Really, Gilbert?
That horny motherfucker.
Really, Gilbert? Been bragging about it to, again, children. Really, Gilbert? What is this fucking movie?
Do you know what bothered me about this movie? The fucking, head witch or whatever. The one that was
Tits
turned into
McGee.
a bird or whatever. Like,
Lady Yabos.
like she's at the beginning and towards the end, just in bird form.
Oh, is she?
Towards the end, yeah, they showed
see
the
the
bird,
bird
again.
again,
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I remember that. You're right.
And it's like, what are they doing with her? Are they really trying to set you up for a third one?
Maybe.
Like, there are enough pieces in play that there could be another one. And
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. It's Disney property, ain't it?
yeah, and the way that they fucking market this movie now, like, it seems like within the last 2 or 3 years, they've just tried to put the Sanderson sisters on everything.
Cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
I ate those.
You did?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
They're M&M cookies. What are you talking? Yeah, I'm gonna eat M&M cookies.
I didn't. Wait.
Where do I get M&M Sanderson Sisters cookies?
You get the Walmart. It's like a cookie kit.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, you're talking about a cookie kit, right? Because
Yeah.
Pocus cookies.
I
Yeah.
think that they even have like fruit snacks too, or maybe a cereal.
I'll believe that. there's a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe they were Reese's Pieces.
These pieces. I don't know. It is
either.
a lot though.
But because I don't know. I guess people talk about it more than they used to. You know, there was a resurgence in general for Hocus Pocus. I'm gonna blame Twitter, like I do with most things.
I blame Pops. I feel like it all started with
cereal?
the Sanderson. No.
Oh.
The
Funko
men.
Pops?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the first
makes a little
merchandise
more
that
sense.
I
think
saw
so.
of the Sanderson sisters.
They literally made like the 3 of them, and that was it. It might
Yeah,
have been a
and
3
Yeah,
pack.
but then you had the 3 of them, and then you had the 3 of them in silver, and you had the 3 of them in gold, and you had the 3 of them that lit in the
I
dark,
think
and you had the
so.
3 of them that were transparent, and then you had the 3 of them that were actual black flame candles. Those are pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm mainly saying that the first merchandise I saw of them was Pops. And now I'm seeing the Pops, I'm seeing the cereals, I'm seeing everything.
Wait,
the
now it
mugs.
is the pop cereal?
I think it's
No, not Pop cereal.
I think it's just that it's a cult movie, and people love it.
Yeah. It's well worth loving.
That's why they brought it back in the
Um,
first place.
Yeah.
I don't think Funko Pops. I mean, look, Funko Pops. You know, they're one of the most popular of the merchandising.
They
things that
made vinyl figures cool for the regular people. They really did.
fucking hate them.
I do too, but
Craig loved them in the beginning.
he loved them. Yeah. And even I thought it was neat to see, I could go out to the store and just buy a Yogi Bear figure. That's kind of cool. Then it wouldn't stop.
I like how Craig says, I hate Pops, and then he shows us, he moves his camera around just to show the wall of Pops he has.
But you, first of all, you know how many Pops I used to have. That's like not even close.
Yeah,
it's
that's
literally
like-
mostly the same ones that I used to have. I just haven't. Like,
I'm looking at least 20, maybe even 40.
oh no, there's probably like 30 there. It's all
Yeah, I think
Venom
it's-
though. It's all Venom and Sonic.
I mean,
They make
I mean,
a lot
they've
of
gotten
Venom Pops.
better,
and you
right?
know-
I'm not crazy.
Oh,
they
have-
start
they've
like
gotten-
adding details.
they're
They've been a lot better now.
significantly better. They are much
Yeah.
better. I still don't like them, but the only reason I buy them because it's I like how much I love Venom, and I'm obsessed with that character. So I just need Venom stuff.
that's like
Yeah.
me and my Frostmourne swords.
Yeah, but those
like-
cost $10. Frostmourne, you now have 2 Frostmournes that were $1,500.
Is that true?
Yes, I bought a second sword for
Do you
$1,500.
dual wield
The
them?
Lich King doesn't even dual wield them, so I don't know why he needed
No,
2.
but do you dual wield them?
I need 2 hands to pick up my.
The question I need to know is
pounds.
because there's also a Frostmourne wall holder available on the Blizzard shop. That's $200. Did you buy that?
Yes.
Okay, at least you bought that because I feel like you need it. Because how are you also going to hang it on the wall?
What do you? Oh, you hold it. I was gonna say, is it like you strap it to your back? How does it hold it?
It's a thing to attach to the wall. So
God, it's a mount.
It's a mount. It's a wall mount. That's exactly
the wall
the word.
mount. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I bought that
Yeah, I heard
too.
holder, and I'm just like, whoa. Hold on.
Better put that wall
So-
mount in a. You got to make sure you put that in a stud.
So they may not have actually intended this, but on top of the website, they were all like, oh, 10% off for your first order. And the 10% off coupon worked on this. Like, I feel like I got away with something because they probably did not intend for you to.
That's significant.
I mean,
Be able
that's
to use
$150
it.
bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A $1,500 pre-order item. They probably did not want
That
to do
being
that.
said, it probably cost them not much money to make.
Probably. But I'm getting it in February. I'm excited.
Oh, you don't even have it.
He has one
No,
now, but they re-released it.
Yeah.
So why did you buy the second one? Did you answer that?
The second one is lighter. The
How heavy is the
one,
first one?
Like 30 pounds.
How light is the second one?
15.
Oh, really?
I would.
Wait, was
that's
the
too big
original-
of a difference. No, that's way too big of a difference. I wouldn't want that second one.
Oh shit. Why
That's
not?
way.
That's
If it was
cost
like
cutting.
5 pounds, okay, yeah, they cut corners to that shit. You don't just lose 15 pounds and
Hold
then
on,
expect
what-
the same quality product. No, that's fucking half. Unless they made this out of fucking, I don't even know.
It's foam.
What would you make it out of? That's light and also sturdy. I don't know. I wouldn't even know.
I would love a foam one so I can actually hit somebody with it.
You can hit people with the 30-pound one.
You can hit people with the 15. Oh, sorry. It's 16.75.
I wouldn't hit anyone with the 16-pound one because that's just gonna break. The 30-pound one, I'm gonna break the person. But no, I'm sorry, that's not it. I don't. That's too much. That is no.
Shit. Did I get
No, bud.
scammed?
You got scammed so fucking hard, bud.
Oh, no.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that sucks. Enjoy it, I guess, while it lasts. Yeesh. Oh my god.
Well,
That's because you're like, you bought this one because it's later because you want to hold it, but like just by now you holding it, you're only holding the one that's more likely to break already. I don't. Okay,
I mean, why can't you,
know
hold
what?
the 30-pound one?
Because he doesn't want to he doesn't want to put the work in.
yeah. Like, I'm going to have to, like, lift weights and stuff.
Not only that, like 30 pounds, you're gonna have to, you need wrist support. You're gonna fuck up your wrist trying to swing that around with one hand.
Yeah.
Even the 2 hands, that's not.
Yeah, because I was learning about this. Torque, I think, is the proper term, in which you need the right amount of leverage in order to actually like swing. I saw
Yeah.
a man trying to like swing a Final Fantasy sword,
Yeah,
and that's the big thing he was talking about. And he needed
Yeah.
like robot arms in order to actually swing it. Like
I believe that.
I forget what it is exactly, but like something that he wears on his back, and then you have this like pulley system or something that helps support the sword. It was
I believe
bizarre.
it.
Was this for like the Buster Sword for that from?
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
assume he said.
Okay,
Final Fantasy.
okay,
Yeah,
'cause,
that's the
like-
first thing that comes to mind.
Because the Frostmourne's much smaller than that.
Sure, but it's still 30 pounds, and let's face it, none of that's at the bottom.
Yeah, because like that's the big thing. It depends on where the weight is distributed and where you're holding it. And that can make something that's like 30 pounds feel like it's much, much more.
Yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Physics, Craig, physics.
That being said, you're going to break that fucking thing.
We'll see what happens.
Let's not pretend like you're going to be able to swing around the 15-pound one right out of the fucking box, bud. Have you carried 15 pounds?
Not lately.
I want you to carry 15 pounds and like really try to work that thing and see where it takes you, bud.
Hold on. Let me show you something.
Not now on the podcast. You're not show people on the podcast.
I have this.
All right.
He's
perfect.
he got the 15-pound weight.
15
He's
pounds. Now
ready.
start swinging that
Like a
around.
sword.
This is awful.
Okay, now
control.
imagine how awful that's going to be if that was extended significantly and not just in the palm of your hand. Like, you're still not going to swing this thing around. That's why I think you're better off with the 30 pounds and being a nice, wall piece as it's intended to be. But again, I can't wait for your fucking Arthas cosplay. I think that's was the fucker's name.
Yeah.
Man, I played World of Warcraft at a point. That's weird.
It was during that time frame
It
too.
was.
Yeah,
I'm well aware.
I didn't realize you had gotten to max level too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that game until I didn't.
You can come back.
No, I'm good. Wait, is Wrath back?
It is.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it
fuck. No, I'm good.
You won't get called a bot this time. We promise.
I
just
want to be
came-
called the bot. I'm proud of that.
It just came back last week.
That's fucking stupid. You guys are dumb. Y'all are fucking idiots. I can't imagine a game that does that. Like, I understand remastering a game or whatever, but this is fucking... Yeah, so we it's classic WoW. Now here's all the expansions, and now it's new WoW again. What do you do? You go back? Are they going to do it again? Are they going to re-release this fucking thing? What is
We
the
don't
end
know what's
game?
happening
After Wrath, we just go one more time, and it just starts over again.
Wild, because let's face it, like after Wrath, it's not a party anymore, right? An expansion comes back, it's not a celebration. Like, did people love Mists of Pandaria and everything after that?
No.
Apparently,
so.
people do like Mists of Pandaria. I didn't realize that. I'm like looking on things, and people are saying Mists of Pandaria is one of the top expansions in the game. And I'm like, since when?
That's fucking
I'm like,
weird.
since when did people like that? And then suddenly it's a thing.
The furries, it was the furries, wasn't it?
I guess.
You got the pandas and the fucking lichen, right? Am I crazy?
That was Cataclysm with the Worgen.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then it's just pandas.
And then after that, it was the pandas.
All right, it was Jack Black then.
And now with the new actual World of Warcraft, they're trying to bring in dragons.
There's furries there's so many furry races. You got pandas, you got werewolves, you got little fennec fox people, you got dragons.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is Bad Dragons
That's
still
all the
a thing?
finishes. Of course, Bad Dragons is still a thing. Are you kidding me? You think
What
they're
are
going to go
they-
out of business?
What kind of stuff are they
I
putting
actually
out now?
thought that that's what they handed the girls
everything.
in this movie. That candle, I looked kind of like one.
It was a little, yeah. It's a little.
Fucking Gilbert.
Fucking Gilbert. Fucking Gilbert is right. In case you forgot.
Oh. Anyway, what are we doing next week, boys?
Something significantly less horny, preferably.
Okay.
Because I can only come so much.
You weren't coming at all during this. Admit it.
Did you miss Kathy Najimy's Yabos, baby? Come on.
I guess I did. Okay, what are we doing?
I don't know. I gave you what I want. You either add to the pile or someone say a movie.
Craig, are you adding to the pile or are you saying a movie?
Attention!
The fuck was that? How did you decipher that from that?
Me and Craig are sometimes just on another level because we're best friends. Like, we can just communicate like that telepathically.
Wow, you guys should start your own coven or something.
We have 3 of us here. It can be all 3 of us. Because 2 don't make a coven. It has to be 3.
Is that true?
I mean, is 2 a group of people?
Well, we're gonna watch another movie about another coven in Cadet Kelly. Coven of
You don't have to say the movie title again, Craig. I already said it.
Military people.
Oh. That's number 1 signing off. Good night and good bless.
I'm Craig Stu, and I'm leaving too.
I'm the third one. It's not good, but it's not bad.
This Halloween, you can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Tonight, it is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
But one of you is a monster, masquerading as one of our own. I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are. You wanna see this, darling?
Please don't do this.